Righto, I thought I'd start today fresh, and I went batshit and cleaned this fucking place up. Look at this. Lovely. Look what arrived. New powder coater. So now, I've just got to wait for the powder to come so I can put it to use. I've got to get some paint stripper and see if I can get that paint off that bloody rotor because it's going to be too hard to clean past. So I'll strip it, then sandblast it, and then powder coat it. See how we go. That didn't take long at all. 2 days. The other stuff is still in Victoria, the powder, so I checked the tracking this morning. Got this back in and on. I've got to finish cleaning it. Cleaned it as best I could. I'm just going to have to do the rest by hand. Fucking grease. I tried to get that oil up off the floor. Put sand on it yesterday around lunchtime, and in typical Leyland fashion, once it's leaked, it's there forever. So I'll just have to keep putting shit on it and gradually soak it up. It was only sand. If I got some dry sorb, that'd probably work better because it soaks up better. But that's better than what it was. I haven't got shit under my feet and all over the floor, so I've just got to bring my mats back in. So I've got a couple of little things to do before I start putting things together today. I've got to bring that crank in. It's outside. I've got to see if I can fit it somehow in the lathe just so I can polish the journals of it. I don't know whether it's going to be, I mean it'll fit in the chuck, but it might fit in the chuck and I might be able to put the travelling steady on one end of it. I'll measure it up anyway, and just so I can polish the journals, it makes it a little bit easier than trying to do it by hand. So I've got all this stuff off here, all the Leyland parts come off that block, all the heads and manifolds and shit, that's all outside. Just from one rat's nest into a bigger one. So, yeah, stay tuned. Remember yesterday when I said this would be really handy if I had a side opening door? Ta-da! It's going to be fucking heaps easier to load shit in there than have to lean over the top of the fucking thing. So when in town, got a couple of hinges. I had an overset latch here. The only problem is the door sunk a little bit, but there we go, latched. Alright, well there's a crank. I mean it looks rusty, it's only surface rusty because I've degreased it and but it fits just. I mean you wouldn't machine it like that because the tail stop is just in, but that's okay, that's still enough. Fucking garbage trucks. Noisy piece of shit. Fuck off. Thank you. So, you know, it's spinning alright. So I'll just give a bit of emery and just polish all the journals on it. You know, I'm awfully tempted to run the thing down just to clean the outside of those fucking watches off. These should be, well, see where they've balanced it? Look at that fucking big chunk out of there. I might run, see, look, you got that fucking, Jesus, these castings are rough, eh? Like, I know it's early 70s fucking stuff, but rough as guts. I might just try it and see if I can run a fucking, just a cut down here to clean that up, because it should all be the same diameter all the way down. So I might just have a look, give it a try, see what happens. No, just check it doesn't work. Because it clears down here by a considerable amount and it touches up here. And I checked it against this one and it's the same, so I'll just dress it by hand. Once I've finished polishing up, I'll just go along with the flap oil and just clean some of this shit up. Make it look pretty. The seams, like all those seams there. Do the best I can anyway. So let me put you in the stand and I'll just polish these up. Alright, let's see how we go. These ones are harder. Narrow journals are going to be a bit hard to clean properly, but I've got some wet and dry there. I might just put some wet and dry on there and a little bit of lube to polish them up fully. That looks a lot better. What do you reckon? See the journal, see the wear? It's from the bearings, from the mains, that they're all the same. Yeah, I mean, they weren't overly powerful things either, but I'm sure that people thought they were dark scuts back then. They flogged the piss out of them. So that one's had the piss flogged out of it for sure. Let me get some emery, what do you call it? Some wet and dry, and I'll see if I can polish it out prettier. Alright, I thought I'd try something else. I've got some Scotch Brite, and it seems that I've done a couple of journals. I'll take you out of the stand in a second. And to show you, let me just wrap it around like that. I've sped it up a bit for this one too. Look at that. That's much better. The rod journal is going to be a bit harder because I'll have to slow it back down and I'll have to leave it on there for a lot longer to get it to polish, but we'll give it a red hot shot. Whoops. Come back here, Bart. Lovely. These ones up here are a bit more of a worry. So close to the headstock and everything else, and much closer to losing limbs. Of course, I'm not going to be able to hold on to the fucking thing if these things going around 1,000 miles an hour. Oh fuck! I'm going to rip the fucking thing out of the end. bad. Much better. Much more nicer. So all we do now is clean it up, wipe it down. It's better to do it that way without putting any oils on it because it's porous. So it'll fuck the paint up over time. So I think that'll be pretty good. But I've got to dress it. But I'm not going to do it in the wave. I'll do that on this. I'm just going to find somewhere to put that powder coater out of the way. I might be able to find some room in that code, get it out of the road, and I can use that to work on again. So having to bring the workmates in all the time. So that's it. I'm going to go and have some lunch now. And then after lunch I'm going to take my daughter for her very first driving lesson. Water car, she got a licence the other day. And today, if it stops raining, I don't know, I don't think she's going to want to drive for the first drive in the rain, but we'll see. It's not too bad. I'm only going to go out to the race course and drive around the circles for a little while because she's never driven a car in her life. So yeah, that's how it is. Stay safe. Talk to you soon. Peace. I'll just put a quick coat strip on that. Fucking shit works good. Look at that. That's only been on there a couple of minutes. So I'll let that soak for a few hours and scrape it off later. That's wonderful.